What's up, YouTube? This is John L. And yes, I got another round for you, and it is on me. And as you know, we are the content. The content is us. So let's help to keep the content going, y'all. Today's subject and today's topic is understanding the evolution of change of character. Understanding the evolution of change of character. Now, first and foremost, before I even start, I want to say to y'all that this video not gonna be as long as I'm intending it to be. But I do look to make an extension to this video in the future. Even if it's you know what I'm saying, something adding on to this specific video here or this specific subject and topic. Just to put that out there. But I'm just gonna work within my time at the moment. But yeah, understanding the evolution of change of character. Everybody is not that same person that they used to be once before, when we was younger, or when we was coming up, or when we was kids, or when we was in playgrounds. Things change. You know what I'm saying? And people grow up, and people move forward. Now I wanted to speak on this specific subject because it's been speaking to me for a while now. So I've been waiting to really get into this, and I want to get in deep, of course. But this subject have been on my mind for a while. I feel like a lot of times, a lot of conflicts and disagreements and things like that. There's always gonna be disagreements, but a lot of times, a lot of conflicts and a lot of unnecessary disagreements, I believe they derive from lack of understanding and lack of communication. Now I'm saying all of that to say this. It all goes back to evolution of change of character. For instance, I was just talking to my cousin, a cousin of mine, not too long ago. Shout out to Rock. Shout outs to Rock too. Talking to him yesterday, as a matter of fact, and I was just giving him his props, man, building him up, man. I think it's important to do that also. Just giving him his props, man, and building him up and acknowledging him and letting him know that I recognize his growth, his change of character, his evolution of character and his growth. I definitely noticed that. And now my cousin is one that, he everybody don't actually get along with this specific cousin. But I had to talk with him and let him know that, just because everybody don't get along with you, or for the most part, a lot of people, I'd rather say because a lot of people don't agree with you, or don't understand you more so, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're in the wrong or that you're doing something wrong. And this goes back to why I acknowledge all of his growth inside of his personal life. Now, to add on to that, a lot of times we be having misunderstandings with people because, truth be told, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, in truth, we no longer even know these people. Especially if they're like, say for instance, you came up with somebody from the concrete, and y'all been separated with each other or separated from each other since the since y'all teenage years all the way to adulthood. Like stuff like that. Like you're not gonna necessarily know that person no more. And if you try to come at that person, you can't come at that person as you would as if they was that same team. You gotta learn, understand, and know how to address the new person that they evolved into, this new character, the evolution of the new character. So I was just telling him, that I don't think it's right, and that um I recognize his growth and change, and that I don't think that, what I'm saying, people is actually taking the time out to understand him. What I'm saying? And understand even more so that people change more than anything. So once we come to grips and we can realize and understand that people change and that people ain't that same person no more that they used to be before in the past, now you can get a chance to actually learn and know and understand the person that they have become. For instance, another example, um, like I've done time before. I've done 8.5 years in prison. Um, in those 8.5 years, you know how many things that done changed in my life, in the lives of those that I once knew. Let's keep in mind now, like at the end of the day, um, it only take 9 months to create life and to bring life into this world. That's how quick change happened. So we can't keep coming at each other and addressing each other as the old person that we once used to know. That's not, what I'm saying? Because for us to do that, we never gonna get in a predicament to where we can understand the person that someone may have evolved into. That's like trying to come at somebody, and it's simply I've been a victim of it too. That's why I'm explaining it to you, and I feel like I'm one of the best examples to give to you. You know what I'm saying? Myself and my own story. Um, just many a times, you would have I've had people, I'm gonna keep it on the eye. I've had people address me off of the old me that they used to know. And it's been times where I had to check that, and not even in a negative way, but just check it in the sense of, that's not me no more. And if I can avoid them kind of behaviors and patterns and characteristics, then that's what I'm seeking to do. you know. But I'm not that same person no more. And a person will show you that they still look at you in that manner the moment that they ask you to do something outside of your new growth. So I've definitely been a victim of that, so I can relate. And I feel like it has a lot to do with understanding the person that this person or whoever the person may be have evolved into once again. So it's important, man, for us to recognize, or excuse me, it's important for us to recognize the change and the evolution of character, because we all grow. Even those minds that stay the same for a long time, it's still areas that they grow in, you know. But I just think that's something we got to do better on, because I think it speaks a lot to our communication and how we can get along with each other. Imagine if a person, it's like for an example, how would it be if a person didn't know you, but they heard things about you, and then when they finally got a chance to get to know you or to meet you, they didn't really do it from a clean perspective and clean and clear viewpoint of judgment, because they already got in their mind what they know of you, or excuse me, what they heard of you. It's no different from the person who going off of what they knew of you before in your past, you know, and that right there is something that will cloud judgment. So you got to step outside of yourself and get to know the person that you're dealing with that's in front of you, because um you'll be surprised. Two people that once grew up with each other can be or will be sitting in the same room with each other, but they completely don't know each other from a hole in a wall. And it's not that they never met each other. It's not that. They just don't know each other because they haven't sat down and took the time to get to know each other. The new them that they have evolved into. So I'm asking the people, those who are listening and stuff like that, And again, I'm still evolving myself and in my personal life. So I'm still human too. Ain't nothing, you know. But when you know better, man, you're expected and held accountable to do better. You know, so I don't want to judge nobody off of their past. Um, and I don't want to hold nobody to their past because I know how it feels to have that stigma on my back or on your back. You know what I'm saying? You go and get a job and even though they don't discriminate against you no more, they ask you, you know, when you get in that room, of course, you definitely gotta on the paperwork. You don't have to say that you're a felon or whatever the case. But when you get in that room, you know these things have to be mentioned. But even though the employers and stuff like that don't act like they acknowledge it as far as discriminating against you, it's still being a subconscious. Like they still dwell on these things like okay, he was arrested for robbery. Is he gonna rob our company? People really think like that. But those are closed minded. But they're not all closed minded. Some of these minds is just minds that haven't stepped outside of themselves in order to understand someone else outside of them.